Okay, welcome back to another Spung game. This one, though, is not a ranked game. This one, though, is not a normal game. This is a competitive game by Spung. The Five Angry Hindus, the clan he's in, it's a community clan, decided to throw him into support, throw him in at the deep end this game, and in doing so there's picks and bans and you're against professional players. And talking about professional players, they're up against Spicy Waffles, who are number 2 seed in the Challenger Cup and have a really good shot at going to the SPL. And in this game he ends up playing Bacchus because of how bans go. Like Sylvanas was banned out, so was Ymir, which meant that Spunk had to go deep in his god pool. He's going to play the drunken Masterino this game. Now we're going to see how this one plays out for him and talk about what he does. There's things to note, Spung. This is competitive, and we're going to talk about everything through as we normally would about his plays, his ups and his downs during this game, because he could learn a lot from just this one game alone. The biggest thing he needs to learn is to buy a freaking ward at the start of the game still, just because he seems to think he's not in a competitive game. So just because he thinks he's not in a ranked game, he shouldn't be buying wards. Well, Spung, we got news for you. You should be buying those wards at all stages. At all stages, especially in competitive games, because if they see you've not got wards, they'll invade. So your team did a crazy invade at level 1, and you were very late to the party for some reason. You do put a point into your belly flop, which is fine, because belly flop's pretty much standard. Don't mind you put a point in that early. Let's see how this game plays out for you. I saw it live. A lot of people saw it live too, but I promised I'd go back over it and look at what you did right and what you did wrong on a personal level and how we can improve you in the support role once again. So we're kind of rich now because we only started 3 health potions, 3 mana potions, didn't buy any wards either. So we're going to be very, very quickly on escalating our build up. Beat stick, beat down, boys. Yeah. Okay, we get to lane. And they're already pushing because we were very, very slow on taking that buff. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Right, listen. Spung, listen. This was like sacrificing your life to the gods, okay? Think about what you're going to be jumping into here. All you're going to do in this situation is you're going to belly flop onto him, and you're going to take poke damage from archer minions. There's 3 archer minions here, and a melee minion, plus an Athena, plus a Jablonke. Now these two are like, what the hell is this guy on? What has he been smoking? We would like some of that, because that looks highly entertaining, although you're probably going to die because of it now. Look at all the archer damage you take. Your auto attacks are coming out. The Jukes weren't too bad, but you're still going to go down for first blood. That decision to belly flop him was not the best decision. It was not the best decision. So we die for first blood. That was disappointing. I was so excited for this game when they started, and then he did that. So we went back to base and got boots online though, which ain't so bad. It ain't so bad to get boots going. And we're back to trying to farm up and get ourselves to level 3 and a dream. Now, we put a point into our chug at this level here. Now, going chug here isn't too bad. I would have preferred you to go for belch just for helping with the wave clear. But getting your chug means that your belly flop will have the slow duration as well. I can't actually see a meter, which is kind of difficult when you're trying to talk about Bacchus. Oh, not a bad belly flop. Not the worst in the world. Not the worst in the world. Remember, before you ever engage, to always make sure you've chugged so you get the extra protections for those few seconds when you go in. Careful about taking minion aggro. You're not a Sylvanas. You don't have a heal. You don't have a heal. Pop a health potion. Pop a health potion. So much poke. There we go. So we're not expecting to win this game against pros, but what we can do is definitely learn stuff that we did wrong in this lane and improve it. Good juke off to the side. That was a really good belly flop as well. That was a good belly flop and a good stun. It's a shame your hunter goes down there, but I love what you chose to do. You made sure you got out of range of the Athena taunt, which is very important. And then you managed to re-engage and to try and disengage your hunter. So I like what you did there, Spung. It wasn't the best situation to be in because your hunter got caught, but what you chose to do was very, very intelligent, and I love the idea behind it as well. So that was really good. So we're just trying to stay safe and farm. We're going to send that belly flop away for the time being. Our lane's going to be rough. I mean, we are against Bushy and Fury Q after all. It's not the easiest of lanes. Hopefully you called out that Athena was ulting, because you should have known that Athena ult was coming. We're going to be rotating from mid-camps. Now, this rotation from mid-camps I was pretty impressed about, considering the lane situation. I didn't expect you to rotate for these or even think about them, but you did. And the best news is this rotation works out for you, and you end up getting mid-harpies for it. Very, very impressed with this one, Spung. This was a really good call from you to go for those. I don't like this call going around the back, though. Now, the reason I don't like this call is because you're not level 5 yet. You've got no support from your team. Think about what you're looking at on the map here. Where are they? They're probably at right harpies, okay? You're coming in behind a minion wave that's not pushed out. Your jungler's basing. Your mid lane is missing, and you're going to go aggressive in mid lane as a level 4 Bacchus. Now, fat men are pretty strong, and they are pretty tanky, okay? But when you've just used your belly flop, the fat men are not as good as you may think. And you're going to meet an Agni. And I love the burp. Just burp in his face, teach him a lesson. There's 2 heads to intoxicate there and stun, so that's what you're trying to do. But there's nothing else you could have really got from that. What you could have done is soak the mid lane experience here. There was mid lane experience coming in. You could have been over here and soaked this. This would have got you level 5 by now as well, so that when you do rotate back to this lane, you will also be able to have your intoxicate available for yourself. So Jablock is aggressive here. Really good flop. Good belch too. But there's no real follow-up to that. Unfortunately, you didn't actually have your chug up and in time to be able to get the belch off of the stun. I don't think you would have had more follow-up here. We're really looking to farm and try and play safe for the most part now, as we're starting to struggle in this lane. Let's try and get ourselves to level 5 with these last hits, staying in range of them. Don't engage. Don't engage. Low, listen. Oh, actually, I changed my mind here. The reason I was about to say, listen, this is really risky to engage, is the fact I didn't look at the minimap myself, which you did, and you communicated that you had backup coming in for this one. So this engage is actually very, very good for you. He doesn't realise this is coming until you flop onto him. This was a really good flop too. The initiation was fantastic. The belch is good too, and you set him up. It's just the team that lets you down there, honestly. That should have been a kill for yourselves, and that was a good pillar from you and her too. It was good stuff, but then it goes to proof. Unfortunately, oh no! Now you're gonna dive for it. Now the reason I'm looking at you. Oh, you're gonna dive. Please don't dive. Please don't dive. I don't remember that bit. The problem you've got there, Spung, is that you chose to do things a little bit incorrectly, and that's what we're gonna look back on and what we can improve from you on this. And the engage there was okay. It's a shame you didn't get the stun off. The re-engage though in a minute is very, very good. I like this re-engage because you had backup from your team, and I was about to go, what are you doing? I just told you off for that. But the re-engage there was good, the stun was good, that wasn't good from your team. And at this point in time, is where you disengage from chasing after him, okay? There's no reason for you to go after him. Your cooldowns are too long, he's going to be back in tower range before you can do anything other than hit him with your meat stick. So, if you're not going to, all you're going to have is a meat stick, you're not going to find the kill here. Your team chasing down, you're not going to get anything outside that, you should be backing up. So you take 3 damage here, and you're still looking to dive at him, which you shouldn't be doing. And now you turn around and your team are in trouble. Now your cooldowns are back up and you re-engage to try and help them out, but they're all going to die too. And you're still not level 5. Still not level 5. We do hit 5 now though. 5 in a dream. So the laning phase has not gone well for you guys already. But what we learned so far is that when we can aggress and when we can't aggress. The start of the game, your first blood, you could have prevented by not going aggressive against a full minion wave at the beginning. You should have realised that you're playing a Bacchus that is actually a more aggressive support than the ones that I've seen you really play. Your Mir's a lot more defensive to an extent, but can be played aggressive when needed. But at the moment, it's just not working out for you. Now, you're going off to ward here, which I like that you're trying to do. The problem is that you still need to soak experience. If we just press tab here, we can see the enemy Athena is 2 levels higher than you already in this game, and you're missing out on a lot of experience that I can see on the map right this second. The red buff is being done by your jungler and the hunter, which means you could be there soaking that experience too. Plus the purple buff's about to be dropped, and there's a wave in the left-hand lane here, which I'll just show you if you need me to show you exactly where it is. It's a full wave of experience here, so these 3 things could be what you're doing right now. But you're going to go for the wall placement. I would just drop a normal and go back for the experience is what I'd be looking to do. But you drop the sentry, and you get sentry wall control, which is good for your team to make sure you can keep an eye on the Gold Fury. Remember that when you do this, though, you give vision to them of what's going on. Now, this ward here is a very good ward, and we talk about it all the time. I'm just worried about when you chose to do it, okay? The reason I'm saying I'm worried when you chose to do it is because they know you just cleared 2 wards here. They know you just cleared 2 wards here, and if you go any more further forward than that, they should expect you to be on this side of the map. They should expect to see you over here. So they might actually be in the jungle here waiting for you, and it's a little bit risky to go for this right now. But you do get the ward down, which I'm happy about. and you managed to get back to lane, but you lose a lot of experience for this too. Let's just look at what happened. Purple buff went down, like I said. Red buff went down, like I said. And now you're going to turn up to this left-hand lane, and you're going to have some experience to take here. But you are losing experience a lot. Good chug. Unlucky with the flop, but your belch is very good. And that's pretty much all you can do. So you do disengage this time, which is good. That disengage was much better. The Intoxicate was fantastic too. It's just unfortunate I don't think you actually managed to hit the Javelonke with it. If you did hit the Javelonke, it would have caused him more issues. So we're basing again here. We're trying to hang around. This is really risky right now, Spung. Because of your HP pool, yeah. I'm glad you chose to base. You realise you wouldn't be in a position to really hang around. If they hit you with a couple of auto attacks, you're probably going to be dead. So you base again, you get boots 2 online. What else are we going to pick up here? Nothing more than that. We're still only level 5. Now the biggest issue is that you're not getting any farm at the moment in this game. Some of your engages have been okay. You've trying to set up for your team. It's your team that's let you down a little bit in this one so far. Your first blood was definitely your own fault though. And the chase onto Javelonke as well was not the wisest, and that's put you down a little bit. Mid-camps have spawned, and the best news is you're in position to try and take these mid-camps again. And you do try and contest them, which I'm pleased about. You're getting your mid-camp rotations, which are very, very important for you. I don't think you actually got... Did you get those? Did you get those? No, you did not get those. I can tell you that because I can see your experience now is still exactly the same as after those mid-harpies. Very unfortunate with those mid-camps. Now, what you should have done here... And I'll talk you through your belly flop, and you try and hog immediately. Now, at this stage of the game, your hog and a belly flop will not clear this minion wave out, okay? What you should have done is wait for the bomb to rain, and then hogged, and you would have got both of them. But what happens is Wolfie realise you're going to hog, and actually gets the burst off at the right time to secure him. You don't get anything out of that. So next time round, drop the belly flop, wait for him to drop the bomb, and then hog, and you'll get the camp. You're on cooldown right now, but you're trying to support your teammate. Good belly flop is nice. Now get out of there. Good lad. Might be getting a bit caught here. Good decision! Really good decision to choose to go over the wall here. You actually set them up for a perfect Kraken here with this decision. You were caught out of position. You were supporting the mid laner who got himself caught a little bit there. The belch was good, and then your belly flop away was fantastic. The right sort of position you should be going for to try and get yourself out. You had a couple of options there. It was to go over the wall here, and it was to go over the wall here. And luckily, you managed to get under the wall in the perfect position. Look at that beautiful Adonis flying through the air there. There we go. We're out. Now the issue still is that you've gone back to base like 3 times now. If we just go back, I just want to show you the biggest issue I can see. This is the stage of the game. This is 4 minutes 40 in when you went and did those boards. Look at where your experience is and look at that you're still level 5. Okay, this was 4 minutes 41. And I want to show you exactly how much experience you've got when we just see where we were up to in the action, okay? We're going to see you come back again, you go for the left-hand harpies, you go to the right-hand harpies, you help you defend, and that's when we're going to go back to base again. Now, if you press space again, you can see where my mouse is on the screen. That's how much experience you had at 4 minutes 40, and this is how much experience you've got at 6 minutes 35, which is 6 minutes 40, basically. So 2 minutes of gameplay, and you've not even gained half a level of experience yet, which is really worrying me. And this is something that we need to work on with your Spung. You've got to make sure you soak experience wherever you go at all times. Now, you did go for the mid-camps, which would have got you that experience, and it was just a misplay at the mid-camps, and you didn't have any support, so I can forgive that. But you've still got to work on this going forward. And make sure you soak experience. Mid lane, where are you going? Where are you going? I know they're doing Gold Fury here, okay? But let's look at the situation right now. Before you head over to this Gold Fury and try and be a hero, let's look at what we've got. We've got Hog 1, and it's on cooldown. We've got 2 wards, and we're level 5. Should we be going for the Gold Fury here? I don't think we should be, because there's no backup from the team either. If we look at the map of the team, solo lane's dead, mid lane's in base, jungler's dead. There's nothing you can do. What should you be doing here? There's a wave of experience once again in the mid lane. We need to be soaking this experience up. Tasty, tasty, soaky experience. There's nothing you can do against this. There's nothing you can do against this. But I like the idea that you tried to support and stop them doing it. You realised they were trying to do it and you managed to reset it. I don't know if you did see that, but with that sentry ward being in place, you check it out and go back to lane again. Look at the level difference between you and the enemy support now. It's 4 levels. 4 level difference. Don't be looking for aggression. Do not be looking for a hero. What was Spung? Spung. 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 Spung, what was that play? What was that play, Spung? What was that play? Let me get this up quickly. See if I can find it. Just need to get a little bit of music that just tie this in perfectly with what I want. I don't think I can find it at the moment. We'll just have to let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. I don't know what you were deciding to do there, Spung. Like, let's look at the situation, okay? Let's look at the situation again. Level 5, they're both in lane, both level 9. You can see them because you're going for the flop. What should you be doing here? Is your Anher, do you trust in your Anher this much? That's the question. Do you trust in your Anher's ability and your ability to kill these two from level 9 when you're level 5 and he's level 7? Do you really trust this is a good decision to try and engage here against these two very tanky and a very fed AD carry at this stage of the game? It's just not a good call. Wasn't a good call, buddy. Wasn't a good call. You throw your life away to the sidelines like it was nobody's. It was terrible. Oh, Spung. That for me was your second biggest mistake of the game. Your first one was the belly flop at level 1. Sorry, level 2. And then there was that mistake. Those two just, they can't happen. They can't happen. They just can't happen. Now notice, the most of your time has been spent going to base to either heal or respawn. I've noticed how much experience you've had. Remember how we said it was 4 minutes 40 when you were at this much experience? Sorry, it's been how many minutes now? 4 minutes and you've still not got to level 6. At least 4 minutes you've still not got to level 6. And this aggression in mid lane from them is good. The belch is good there. And the intoxicate is even better because he gets drunk and you get the kill. I want to replay that back. This is the epic, legendary Spung moment of Spung moments here. I'm so proud of this one. So proud of you here, Spung. This made my day to commentate on this. Look at this play. The flop was unfortunate that you missed that. The belch was really good though. And I'm pleased that you go for the intoxicate to try and burst damage down and you start meat sticking him. But this was a legendary moment. You took down a semi-professional player at level 6. Spung, you're a freaking hero. And the best thing is you realised that you couldn't do anything else and you got out. Good job, Spung. Good job. Securing kills when you need to. You jump around in celebration. I'm down for that. Plus, it got you a hell of a lot of experience if you notice too. That's the most experience you've had, was that kill. Oh, we're going to go again. Belch of the gods. Don't hit. Don't walk into shield walls. Why'd you walk into shield walls? Now you're going to get killed by Game Hunter. Oh, Spung. The good news is we got gold for dying, as we've had a Game Hunter around beating people down. It means it takes a little bit longer for us to respawn now. Hey, there we go. Hog 3 online. Good job. Full boots on Hog 3 before the 10-minute mark. I'm not too upset by that. And now Belch there onto Bushy, beat him down with the stick. That's right. You force the ultimate and you disengage. That was really nice. Really nice work, Spung. I like the attempt to juke him. I did like the attempt to juke him there. Athena's like just skating on ice now. That's awesome. Skating on ice. Skating on ice. Your attempt to juke him was okay. Your engage onto him was good, you just didn't get out in time. You didn't realise the Athena was ulting in time, but you did realise she was ulting and tried to disengage from that. Now, you are so far behind now, I want to see your soak experience. Look. You can't go past these. You have to do these. You have to help with the red buff, and you have to do the purple buff right now. Have to do these things. Wherever you go now is incorrect unless it's to those 3 buffs. If you go anywhere but to those 3 buffs, I'm angry with you. Don't miss that experience. Sentry Ward's good, but the red buff needs to be gotten right now. Red buff now, red buff now, red buff now. Leap over, flop on it. Flop on it, you miss the experience. Spung. We need the experience so badly, so badly. Experience and gold is always #1 priority in a game of Smite. Always, and don't group up with your Hunter, because you're going to have a bad time. Intoxicate was good there though. Your flop wasn't the best, but your belch was good to disengage. Now the team's going to turn up. You can't go back in here. You need to base. Need to base. Good lad. Good lad on the base. Oh, need to go back to that again. No, no. Why didn't we base? Why didn't we base there? I'm confused now. We drop the 70. The aggression happens on the left-hand side. They go aggressive here with a double taunt. You get aggressive, intoxicate, belly flop, and burp. Why didn't we base? Why did you think you could stay? What made you think you could stay here? Because you got a kill. This is risky as hell, Spung. Risky as hell. This is heroic. The heroic Spung. Oh, that would have been nice, actually. That would have been nice. Your Hunter got you killed then, but at the same time, you got yourself killed for not basing. And now they're going to do Gold Fury. If that, remember that the Gold Fury is important for you. You have to stay alive and keep available with that Hog 3, otherwise they're going to steal it away. All these sentry wards you've been placing have been fantastic, but they're not doing anything for you if you're this far behind. You don't manage to secure them. Good Belch once again. You juke out the shield wall this time round. You got no cooldowns here. Good Intoxicate. Good Intoxicate. You put some pressure on, but we need to get out, and your teammates just abandoned you there, so there was no real chance of survival that time round. But we'll respawn soon. See, this is a competitive game, and the one thing you've got to take out of this is that you're playing against very, very good players. Very good players. Like, the level of players that even I struggle against, so... Except Bushy. I can kill Bushy 1v1, no problem. He's easy. But Bobat, you know, he can be troublesome. Good Belch, good flop, good stun. Really good work there. I know you're low on HP, but that was a good play. Still, the biggest issue in this game from you, Spung, is that if you notice how often you're having to base, because you take one bit of poke and you're basing again. One bit of poke and you're basing again, and I'm not seeing experience. 4 minutes in, we were level 6. 13 minutes in, we're level 7. That's showing you we're not getting experience enough. We could have gotten so much more experience for free. That's what you need to realise here. Now you're chasing them down looking for kills again, and you're going to die. I can see you dying already. The flop was good, the burp is good, but now what are you going to do? You're going to make him drunk and you're going to die. You could have got farm. Left hand side there was farm as well. Mid lane there was farm as well. This isn't going to be your greatest game ever, but you'll be able to take a lot out of it of realising some of the stuff that you can do. Flop was fantastic! Flop was fantastic. Belch was good too. Your flop was huge, okay? I like the flop in that one. We'll actually watch that one back because I enjoyed that flop. Oh, wait a second. You die there first. I've got to wait for you to respawn again. The troubles of dying multiple times very, very quickly. Now, this fight here in the mid lane is kind of difficult. You've got your chug up, though. I love the engagement that you get engaged on and you don't panic. Instead, you flop on them, which is a really good call because you set up a perfect Kraken because of that. Snug once again and decides to use an Impale, which causes you big issues, and you end up going down. But I love the fact that you flopped on the face, like, okay, well, I'm going to die. Well, maybe we can get a Kraken off based off it. What you are learning in this game, Snug, okay, and you may not feel this way, is that you're actually learning when you should be engaging and when you should not be engaging based off your deaths. All your deaths will be them abusing the mistakes you make. That's how pro players play for the most part. There is some outplays that happen more often than not in these competitive games, but what you will learn is that they will abuse the mistakes you make to the full advantage, and the mistakes you've been making so far is some of your engages have not been on point. Some of your engages should never have happened, and also the fact that you've not been farming just puts you in a spot where you can't do anything right now for your team. They need a frontliner, and instead you're just a squishy looking mage right now that they can just keep eating for breakfast. Flop wasn't good there. Your Belch attempt was okay, but then the big baby comes along and then you say goodbye because Bushy's going to kill you again. Now it's pretty much at this stage of the game where it's over and it just takes a little while longer for you to try and get online, but we'll keep following you. We'll keep following you. Your itemization's still correct. The problem is you're just not getting experience. You're always late to... Oh! Blue buff experience? Why did you run away from the experience, Spung? Spung! You ran away from experience! Stop running away from experience! You need it so badly right now. That'd give you like 3 levels. Well, that's an overestimation. But still, like, that'd give you 3 levels right now. 3 levels of experience. That's how far behind you are. That buff is worth so much. Your warding is good, though. Your warding is good. You're aware of where you should be warding. You've been warding the Golf Fury for days. You're now warding the Fire Giant, realising that's a threat too. The rest of your team have been lazy on wards, I feel, this game. Just checking wards. Yeah, shocking. The rest of your team's nothing. You know, top of the shop. That's what I want my support to be. That's why I want my Spung to be. That flop was awesome. That flop was awesome. It's unfortunate it didn't really do anything for your team. They're still going to die because they're all weak. Useless. Useless. You can start BMing them in chat right now. Intoxicate. Yeah, you were dead anyway. And there's nothing you can do now, Spung. Now, I did say I'd go over this game and look through it, and you can see that you did make 1 or 2 semi-decent plays. We got 2 assists for ourselves on a kill. We got to kill. We got to kill. That's the main thing you need to realise. We got to kill. Do not engage. Do not engage. Now, look at this. 17 minutes in. Let's just have a look at where you should be, okay? The enemy team support is currently level 16. You are level 7. Look at the level difference. There's a 9 level difference there between the two of you, which is absolutely monstrous. But they are so far ahead, so I can understand you not being equal with the enemy of support right now. But let's look at the rest of your team. Now, generally, you're looking to be two to 3 levels behind your teammates. Basta 11 and her 11, so you should be at least level 8 by this stage, minimum. The rest of your team haven't had a good game either, but you need to work on this experience. There was so much experience, Spung, that you could have been taken in this game and you didn't choose to do it. I'm so upset that you didn't get as much experience as you could have. You do hit level 8 and a freaking dream comes alive, because we're nearly maxed our belly flop. Hooray! But experience is really important to you. And Bacchus as well has a lot of internal damage in his kit. Plus, the more you get him maxed, the more damage he's going to be able to do. As well as he's going to be able to get tankier too, thanks to being able to get your chug going as well. Because your chug gives you extra protections in these games. Bacchus, I don't think is one of the gods that you play that much, but your plays on him haven't been that bad. I think at your level of elo right now, you'd be okay. This is a chance. This is a chance for a heroic play. A heroic play is about, why did we not flop here? This was the chance for you to redeem yourself. We could have played heroic music here as you dived in, but what ends up happening is you don't belly flop. You should have flopped immediately. You should have flopped immediately into the engagement. If you're going to try and go for the steal, you need to flop and make them drunk and hope for the best. Unfortunately, you wanted to gain range for your flop, and you're not going to get there. They get the fire giant. You respawn again, though, so we can see what happened to the defense of the Titan. And they're going to look to end. Be a hero, Spung. Dun 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 dun. And that's the end of the Spung game in his first competitive matchup. It wasn't his best play. It wasn't the best things he could do. But what he has learned from this one, and what he needs to take from this, is that his farming was utter trash. His warding was good. His mid-camp rotations were good. He was there for those. Some of his engages for his team setup were very good too. He was a little bit over-aggressive in lane at the start and didn't respect his opposition. And he didn't respect the minions more than his opposition, is what I want to say about that first death. But then also, he's not farming. He's not getting farm. And you need farm in the support role all the time. If you want to get ahead and you want to win games, you have to farm. Even on a support character, you have to farm. And going forward, Spung, next game, I want to see the ward coverage stay the same, if not improve a little bit, but that was fine considering the situation you were in. Your itemization build was fine. And I need to see you farm more. I need to see you farm more. What I see you taking back harpies, helping with red buffs, purple buffs, lane farm. Don't miss farm. This happened in your previous replay too. You've got to keep picking up this farm, Spung! Pick up the farm, for love of God! Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.